And I think we take that to heart around here. And I think offensively, especially, we're starting to catch our stride and playing our best football at the right time.
Mike, you had said that it had been a while since you guys had your backs against the wall in the game. Is it kind of jarring all of a sudden when you guys have been going along as well as you have to all of a sudden now go down 17-16 at the half?
I wasn't actually speaking of the score because we played in Vegas and our backs were certainly against the wall in that regard. But I was more talking along the lines of we had clinched in early December, and there wasn't really, other than playing to our standard, there really wasn't anything other than trying to improve a seed for the last month. And when you get into playoff football, we talked about it last night. I mean, the biggest thing is that we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose because we don't want to stop playing. And we love this group, and we know how the NFL shakes up every single year with the kind of turnover a roster can have. And this is a special group that we all just want to keep playing ball. And right now, it's either win or go home, and that's where that kind of angst and I guess pressure comes again. But I think everybody handled it the right way.
Jimmy Ward said the same thing about you don't know who's going to be here next year, what it's going to look like. Do you guys as players talk about that at all in terms of heightening the sense of urgency?
No, I don't think so. That's all on the individual basis, and I don't think anybody on this team would ever bring attention to their own individual situation at this point, right? It's because this time of the year, Bosa actually said it yesterday. There's no individual accolades to keep chasing. There's no status that you can gain by playing in the playoffs. There's nothing to earn here except for wins, and it's the purest form of football because all that matters now is to win the game. And the teams that are the strongest and the most united together, which I think we are, but even the guys that are chasing all pros and defensive player of the year and MVP, whatever that is, that's over with. It's time to play and time to win, and I think that's the only focus here.
That was during your team meeting?
After walkthrough yesterday. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mike,
Mike.
we've been talking about this kid for about 7 weeks now, and it's almost like you can't call him that anymore. And it seemed to me like the ultimate confidence that the coaching staff has in him, because there were times it would have been obvious run situations on a first down or something. Kyle's not afraid to call any kind of play with Brock Purdy at quarterback, is he?
I don't think so. I wouldn't be. And I think the amount of players that we have on the outside and players all over the field, that's what makes us so dangerous, is the balance that we've been playing with offensively. I think we were somewhere between 350, just under 350 passing and, just shy of 200 rushing. And that's when you're doing that, that's really hard to defend. And when you can do that in a multitude of different ways, it keeps people on their toes. And I think you got to play to the situation. You got to play to the best hand you have, and we have a lot of them. And it doesn't just because it's an obvious run situation or anything like that. We have too many playmakers in here that kind of override the traditional thinking of football, and that kind of showed today.
Mike, we heard so much about the